Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and Honorable Senators. My name is George Gitonga Murugara, Member of Parliament, National Assembly, and the Chairperson of Justice and Legal Affairs, and I'm here to represent the National Assembly with my colleagues. Honorable Speaker and Senators, I'll deal with only one point which supports ground number 11 on the impeachment. And the ground 11 is insubordination and failure to actually act collectively with the other members of the cabinet and the presidency. There was an argument that was raised that some of the alleged misconduct on the part of the deputy president were actually committed when he was not the deputy president, and therefore do not apply to the proceedings before this house. Reference is made to Article 151B of the Constitution, which provides that the ground for impeachment would only be serious consideration of serious reasons to believe that an offense has been committed. There is no time limit that is set, because once there are reasons to believe that an offense has been committed, then that stretches back to whatever time that offense would have been committed. This is to say, if in the pendency of the life of the presidency or the deputy president, it is discovered that before you assume the office, you committed an offense, that forms a ground for impeachment. This leads me to the next argument, which are the admissions that the deputy president actually made before the house. Clearly, he admitted that the issue of shareholding in Kenya was live, and he was part and parcel of it. Therefore, Kenyans were shareholders. He actually admitted in the house and also in the press in the country that he believed the president was behind this motion. He also admitted that he had actually gone against the principle of collective responsibility on the basis that the cabinet had made unconstitutional decisions, which decisions he had to disobey. He also went on to dismiss this parliament as a theater of the absurd, and that he did not expect much from here. The question is this, and that, honorable senators, you have to grapple with. If the deputy president was actually to be saved by this house, with whom would he work? He would not work with the Kenyans whom he has antagonized with his shareholding notion that he has spread across the country. Number two, he would have difficulty serving with his boss, whom he has accused of being behind this motion. He would not actually work with the cabinet, where he is responsible for everything that is done in the cabinet and the sub-cabinet committees brought together by the principle of collective responsibility. He would not be able to work with this parliament, which he has called a theater of the absurd. With whom would he work? This is the question you have to ask yourselves. What we have before us today is like a marriage, and I have to draw that analogy because actually the position occupied by the subject of the discussion and the motion, the Honorable Gachagua, is now untenable. He cannot hold that position because his position is irretrievable. He cannot work with any of the organs and bodies he's supposed to work with. Therefore, the position being irretrievable, then it means actually he has to be impeached. And I implore upon you to actually do so. Where a marriage is irretrievably broken, you cannot apply any law the marriage is gone. Whichever law you try to apply, it does not matter. For the deputy president today, we cannot apply any measure of legalese because this is not likely to assist us in any way. The position remains, this is a political process, these political offices they are holding, and therefore they are irretrievably broken. As I pen off, honorable senators, honorable speaker, sir, I'll refer you to a biblical book in the Old Testament, the book of Jonah, chapter 1. And when the senators retire, they can actually look at that, the entire chapter. What happened here when Jonah disobeyed the command from his superior, and that was the deity? He actually had to flee. And when he fled, he took a ship to a different city, not where he had been commanded to go. What remained was, on the journey, the waters were faced with tempest, and eventually the tempest had to be calmed by tossing Jonah out of the ship. The ship here is actually the presidency. The ocean is actually Kenya. Jonah is the insubordinate deputy president who actually cannot work with the entire government and the country, and whose position today as he holds is untenable. With those remarks, I urge you, honorable senators, to actually uphold this motion, and to the best of my belief and conviction, not only ground 11 which I have submitted, the rest of the grounds have been approved. Thank you very much. 2 minutes to Honorable Zamzam, who is also going to make a statement and a submission. Thank you very much.
Mheshimiwa Spika, kama mwakilishi wa bunge wa eneo bunge la Mombasa,